Watson on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson, and that's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! 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 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Get that quarterback,
Garoppolo on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And some room to run now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida. 61 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180. 2 times. You're hot.
On second down, a run with Breida. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll run it now with Juszczyk. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up.
65. 21. Here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it third down and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
A 35-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10.
Check three. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
The drive will start with Josh Ferguson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
He's checking. Crash. Mike 5'4". He can't hang.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
All day, dog.
On first down, here's Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think he comes back.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. D Ford, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
65.
Garoppolo now. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. Pulled in at the 24. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on. Come on.
The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hop into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Here we go. 180. 21, 21. 11, 11. X3. 2X.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Go, go.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 68 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopping. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Now the fullback.